From wherever you are watching in the world, my name is Sean Driver, and this is the third installment in our Why Do We Hate You series, where we get to look at the teams that Wrexham is going to play in the upcoming days, call it a pre-game show. We're going to get into it. So the question is, who are you? And why do we hate you, Walsall? Let's get into it. This is the Red Horde. Walsall FC, the nickname the Saddlers, based on this being a center for saddle manufacturing in Walsall. Location, obviously, Walsall in the West Midlands. Population, 67,594 back in 2021 with 269,000 in the larger borough. The stadium, Bescott Stadium. Let's do the Google Earth little trick as we spin into Bescott Stadium. Opened in 1920, capacity 11,300. Last year, average attendance of about 5,540. So that put it right in the middle of the League Two attendance table, 12th place. Distance away from the racecourse, relatively close, 71 miles, 114 kilometers. That's about a 1.5 hour drive. Looking at the turnover from last year, because as we know, the financial strength of the team allows it to get players. It's an important figure, probably the most important off-field figure out there. £6,348,000 from the company house documents to the end of 2022. So Walsall, the Saddlers, we intimated already, that's Centre for Saddle Manufacturing. The club was founded as the Walsall Town Swifts and amalgamated with Walsall Town, which is why their logo has a swift. Interesting that they don't go by Swifts as frequently, if at all, and that they had a logo change just within the last couple of years, and the decision wasn't to make a saddle into the logo, but instead just to make the Swift fly up instead of down. Okay. I'm going to turn to the kit really quickly here. Can I just say their jerseys, Christmas at Poundland. And I'm not going to try and sound juvenile here when I talk about it, but Poundland is the single greatest name for a store ever. Poundland. Pound Town? So red home jerseys, white away with red sleeves, green and with white and red trim third jersey. Not sure why the logo has black with red, and they've decided to go with holiday festivities in their jerseys. It's a fail, but they've had a lot of them. I mean, if you go through their jersey kit history, they had maybe a couple of decent ones, but like 1993, 1995, away with blue and black vertical stripes. I don't know what that was. You go back to 84, 85, candy striping. Is that what we were trying to get into? I don't understand the kit history in Walsall. They're horrible. It's a good thing that Walsall's known for saddles and not kits. Because their football fashion is seriously lacking. I would not want to wear a shirt that said Poundland. No offense to the store. It's a great place. Everybody loves dollar stores. Poundland. Right on. Bookie odds for Walsall FC, 14th. That puts them as a middle one-third club. Looking into things, this is going to be made prior to their second game. So all we know is they had a draw against Grimsby on the road. Our last match with Walsall, 16 years, 3 months, 15 days ago. That's a total of 5,950 days. It was a League Two match. We lost 1-0 on April 28th, 2007, and that was the year prior to our relegation year. We finished 19th that season. Walsall won the league and earned its promotion up to the third tier. As far as connections to Walsall now, Anthony Ford, he was there from 2014 to 2016. That was when Walsall was in League One. He showed in 78 games and had 9 goals across all competitions over those 2 seasons that he was there. Just going to have a quick look at the team statistics there, or the team history, sorry. The team history there. Walsall joined the EFL, as it were, in 1921 when Division 3 North and South were created and established. And since then, they've not fallen out of the EFL. Now, they did finish in last place on multiple occasions and had to seek re-election on those occasions. There were 4 times as well in the 50s that they were there every single year, but they were consistently re-elected. There was no automatic promotion relegation out of the EFL at that point in time. And so fortunate to be in that situation. Basically, when you look at the history of the club, there's been a few visits for a couple of seasons into the second tier. There's been a few years in the fourth tier, but really Walsall has a long storied history of just living and hibernating in the third tier of English football. Taking a look at Walsall's performance last year, finished 16th overall, but really it was a tale of 3 different seasons. They started well. They had 2 wins to start things off, but then they went 9 games in a row without a win that took them to October 1st. Turn the calendar over to the start of October, and things really change, and they go from October 1st to January 1st, where they only lose twice. But that's where the good run ended, because from January 14th to the rest of the season in May, 2 wins to show for. That's just not going to get it done, and explains a lot as to what happened in their season. You look at their statistics that are available on Footy Stats, and what you notice really is they didn't really have problems at home, and goal scoring was actually quite good at home, but they almost never took full points on the road, 13% of the time, and that's just not enough to get it done, and they didn't. So the gaffer that they've got right now in Walsall, Matt Sadler, he played 100 games with them over 3 seasons. He retired from playing in 2022. The following year, April 2023, he was brought in as an interim manager and then subsequently hired full-time. So he's only been a manager since April 19th of 2023. And so as far as games to consider, that's a small sample size. He has 1 win, 1 draw, and two losses, and that's it. As to the team roster that started for them in game 1, obviously I'm recording this before they play their second game due to holiday commitments and me trying to get this out and done in advance. It's a really young team. You look at their starting lineup, they had not only Williams at 20 making his pro debut, but they had an entire smattering of 22, 24-year-olds up and down their lineup. And so there are some injury concerns with them right now. Knowles is expected to be out. Farquharson from Newport is days to weeks, so I guess there's a possibility that he'll be back by next Tuesday, I guess it is. And so just going to go through the roster and talk through the lineup and who they had starting and what to expect with what they do have to offer. As we go through the lineup, there are some veterans who have some good stats, but it's narrow as far as depth is concerned, and so that's going to be the consideration going forward. In the forward position, Tom Knowles is dealing with an injury, as we just stated, not anticipated to play. He did play 44 games last season, but he only scored roughly once in every 10 games. But that's okay. The player that we're looking at and who we anticipate to be the threat is Danny Johnson. He's a veteran at 30. He returns to Walsall basically to lead that younger group of forwards. Last season, he was a top 10 forward in League 2. Played in 30 games for Mansfield Town. He had 0.58 goals per 90 minutes. He had a 0.67 goals and assist ratio per 90 minutes, and then that put him in the 97th and 95th percentile respectively. He also had a shot conversion rate that was in the 94th percentile, and all of that shows real solid stats. He's largely going to have to be the guy, especially, and even if, to be fair, if Knowles was out, it's likely going to be Johnson who's going to have to lead the charge up front with that young, unproven team behind him. He does have some help, and that comes in the form of Jamil Matt at 33. He joined the team last year during the January transfer window from the Forest Green Rovers. He only managed 2 goals in 13 games last season. That's not the type of production that you want from somebody up front, and so there are some questions as to whether he can contribute or whether he's just going to be that leadership voice up front. Shot conversion rate, shot accuracy rate below the 50th percentile. And when you consider that's taken into consideration all players, irrespective of the position they play, midfielders and defenders, when they get their chances, you'd expect a forward to have better than 50th percentile rates when it comes to their conversion rate and shot accuracy. So really, it's Danny Johnson statistically and nothing else. Unless somebody steps up who's young, or Jamil Matt finds the fountain of youth, or Tom Knowles is able to get over his injury concerns and have that and join us for the match on next Tuesday. So in the midfield, Ryan Stirk is from Bromley, 22-year-old, a defensive midfielder. He didn't get into too many games last year. He had one championship game. He had 3 PL2 games, Premier League 2 matches, so the U23s, a handful of National League games, but no real advanced analytics to look at, so it's difficult to assess what Ryan Stirk has or can offer. They've also got at Walsall Joe Riley. He's a 26 defensive midfielder. He only had 14 games in League Two. As a defensive midfielder, his per 90 stats when it came to crosses and dribbles were impressive, but his assists, well, none. And his passing statistics, especially the key passes, they don't stand out, being in the 52nd percentile either. So I anticipate, just looking at the lineup, that he's going to have to be called on more. The question is he going to be able to step up? You've got in the midfield also Isaac Hutchinson, 23. He's anticipated to fill an attacking midfielder role. He played in 44 games last year at 22. So 2 League Cup games, 4 FA Cup games, 3 EFL trophy matches. He was really everywhere. And he did have some solid stats. As an attacking midfielder, he contributed some offense at 0.19 goals per 90, which isn't bad coming from the midfield, and better than Jamil Matt and Tom Knowles as far as a rate is concerned. He also contributed 6 assists, putting him in the 81st percentile for League Two last year, and his cross completion rate was also impressive. The real only question mark for him is his pass completion rate. Was in the 36th percentile. So if there was a potential source for somebody in the midfield to step up for Walsall, he certainly has numbers that intrigue, and I think that they'll be looking to Hutchinson to step up this year and to step up big, especially given the minutes they fed him last year. Off the bench, at least off the bench as a substitute in the first game, is Brandon Comley. He played in 46 matches for Walsall last year, which placed him in the 96th percentile. But he had some forgettable numbers. The only area that was somewhat redeemable was his completion rate, but his passing, his dribbling, production, all at around the mid-50th percentile or lower. And that's those stats, passing, dribbling, production per 90 minutes, all mid-50th percentile or lower. So don't know if Comley's going to be the answer there. They have also got as an option 23-year-old Taylor Allen. Last season he appeared in 22 games, but he had very similar stats to Mr. Comley, just not impressive. The other option, I suppose, is going to be Ross Tierney. He's looking to translate his statistics from the Scottish Premiership, where he had 18 games. He did have statistics that you might anticipate from a forward as far as his production is concerned. As far as goals scored and shots per 90 minutes in this Premiership, he was in the 86th and the 74th percentile, which as a midfielder, that's definitely attractive. The problem for him is, as you can see, his passing numbers were just ugly. So other than Hutchinson, there's sort of questions everywhere in the midfield. Young, hungry, looking for upside, but a lot of questions. And all things told, now that I've seen Walsall early in the year, I'm kind of glad we've got them early before they're able to find their legs underneath them. So then changing gears and looking at the defenders, as I said, Farquharson is there. He's a significant move at center back, but it's still questionable. He was described yesterday, so that's on the 7th of August, that he's more days than weeks as far as his return is concerned, but whether he's able to make it for the game next week on the Tuesday from when we're recording here. So then looking at the defenders who are going to be available for them, you've got 22-year-old Oisin McEntee, who featured in only 13 games last season, but he did have solid, if not impressive, individual stats. He was strong in the aerial duels, 88th percentile. He was good in the interceptions, 81st percentile. He was there definitely for blocking shots in the 97th percentile for the league. But the downside for him, despite those relatively good individual stats is he was on the pitch for 1.3 goals per 90 minutes, and that's just not going to cut it. It's difficult to differentiate how you can have those individual stats. It can just be unlucky, sort of like the plus minus statistics in hockey. Or it could be indicative of potentially some positional issues and just not being able to figure it out and coordinate with the rest of the back line. So questions with McKenty, but individually he seems like he has some hope and optimism there. The next option, Liam Gordon, 24-year-old. In contrast to McKenty, he's got the exact opposite numbers. He played 30 games in League Two, and he had brutal individual stats. He was poor in the air, 47th percentile per 90 minutes. He was bad on the ground, 15th percentile per 90 minutes. He was bad in tackles, 16th percentile. And his clearance says only placed him within the league in the 60th percentile. So it sort of belies logic in a sense that you've got Liam Gordon with bad individual stats when you end up looking at what his goals per 90 minute rate was, which put him in the 80th percentile, well higher than McKenty, who had far superior individual stats. So hard for me to judge without watching Walsall games. I'm going to be curious to watch how this pans out because the numbers just don't jive. But other options that you've got as far as defenders go, you've got Donervin Daniels. He's 29. He played in 39 games last year. He's going to have to be the veteran stalwart, I think, in the back. He did have a really impressive goals conceded per 90, being in the 92nd percentile. And he was relatively exceptional across the board with his individual stats. And I'll just put those up here. He's going to have to hold it down and be that rock while McKenty and Gordon try to find their legs and hope that Farquharson is going to be able to jump in and help out. The other one that they've got is Chris Hussey, who's a veteran who transferred in from Stockport County at 34. It's been interesting. He's been described as being functional when fans talk about his transfer. He is solid in clearances in the 80th percentile for the league last season, and aerial duels being 84th percentile last year, but really poor everywhere else when it came to tackles, ground duels, interceptions. The question, I suppose, is can he sometimes step up and be an effective stopgap while McKenty and Gordon end up learning the tool from their trade as they go through things? So I think that the team would be in a disservice based on his stats to lean on Hussey and rely on him, but we'll just have to see what happens for the season. But all through the midfield and the back line, there are a lot of questions and a lot of reliance on some of these young guys. And so where does that leave us with Walsall and what to think of them? Why do we hate you? Well, because there's nothing to you. Relatively decent geographical proximity, but let's think of the most boring club that's out there in any North American franchise to just draw as a comparison. Who is that? Is that the Columbus Blue Jackets? Is it the Minnesota Twins? Whoever's watching this, picture the most boring club that's out there, and is, from my assessment, that's Walsall. They've got some good, if not amazing, youth that's coming in. They've got a couple old guys that are able to contribute. Just not a lot of oomph, and I wouldn't expect a bunch out of Walsall. I mean, anybody can win on any given weekday or Saturday, but this would be one that I'm questioning Walsall's bookie position as far as where I think they may end up being a bottom tier team, just because there's too many questions there that need to be asked and answered. So that's my take on Walsall. Did rush this one a little bit because going on holidays with the family, and so not going to be around. Still going to have the live chats, or hopefully the internet connection where we're going is good enough, or I'll have some problems and we'll figure that out. If you've enjoyed this or the previous one that was put out, feel free, please hit the subscribe button, trying to get that increased and going up. Hit the like button on the video. Follow us along. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. If you're interested in making videos, the platform was set up. I'm happy to share it. Feel free to join in, and we can find a way to try to aggregate the Wrexham community into this as a resource and a source. So I'm glad you've joined us. We'll see you next time, and this is the Red Horde. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm hoping that this ends up working. I've got the headset on, hoping that the mic picks up, and we'll we'll just have to chat and see if you guys end up getting me. So I'm going to wait a little bit because it seems like I'm a little bit behind on the thing. I can see the YouTube is loading up. So if you guys have me, let me know that you've got me. Been dealing with a lot of tech issues today, and it is just what it is. So it's been a lot of fun. Brendan. You have me. Brendan, if you do have me, I'm going to try something on the Restream app. If you look in the top right-hand corner, there's a button that will choose from you to another option that puts you a part of the producer team. That will give you access to everything in the background, that you'll be able to do that. For everybody else that's here, hi, I saw Manitoba was here. I'm excited for the game to start. We've got, well, it looks like Masters here, GED, some new people from Manitoba, AVG joining us. Glad to have you. If you haven't been here before, it looks like you've already figured it out. Go ahead and chat away here. The game's coming up here and looking for it to load up in about 5 minutes time. So I'm going to be starting to click around and pulling that out. This one, you look at the record from last year and a similar team. I guess what we're looking at is this is a team where we really should probably be taking 3 points. Worst case scenario, a draw if it ends up being a loss. That's not something that we're looking for, especially considering everything that we've known in the back. So Brendan, have a look at that. See if you can get it in the top right. If not, I'm just going to take a little bit of a pause to make sure. Brendan's going to be joining us. I have some personal issues running around in the background, so I'm going to end up dealing with those. And you can see, so I'll be, unfortunately, on or off, as real life today has sort of taken off, and it's been a lot of madness and a lot of chaos, a lot of fun, I guess. Big changes afoot, but finally able to catch a match day live. That's awesome. I don't know what it's been like for you previously and where you're located, Jim. I can't recall. Are you from Arizona? See, I really should create a spreadsheet because I'm going to lose track, and so you'll have to bear with me. You need the link. Brendan, if you log into Restream with your email address, there's a link that was sent to your email. It came through about 3 days ago. If you have it, you should be able to log in and create a new profile and click that from that link. And I'm hoping that works. If not, I'm going to have to type it up here. And send it to you. I've got it. And so I'll send it to you this way, and it's an efficient backup if that's the route that we have to go. And you'll have to apologize if you hear the kids in the background. We're in Halifax, they're inside and trying to go down for a nap, and it's just mass chaos, and that seems to be how the Red Horde operates. I'd like to be more professional and have bells and lights and whistles, but when you're on holidays, you deal with the madness and the chaos, and so it is what it is. We are 4 minutes away from kickoff. I've got to go to iFollow yet through all of this. I'm sending you the link here now, Brendan. You should have that coming to you. 20 viewers already, which is impressive. I hope you guys stay despite the little tech glitches. Everybody stay involved in the chat. The only place that you can follow again is through iFollow, and I'll bring that up so that everybody can see that on the ticker below. So you've got to go to iFollow. You can just Google search Wrexham iFollow. You're going to have a paid subscription. That's the only route that's available to you. So go ahead and check that out. If you saw the Walsall preview, let me know what your thoughts were. If you didn't and you wanted to catch up when the match is over, feel free to go to our YouTube page, and that's up there. I'll be doing those for every game that we play in the league. I'm probably going to do Bradford early because we'll get them in round 2 of the cup competition. So load those up, and I'm trying to get to iFollow and get the latest game. It says I'm logged in, and I'm trying to get the updated match. There we go. 2 minutes time until we get logged in. Man, it's just nice to have some football to end up enjoying and being able to check it this way. I see the players are shaking hands. I'm a little bit concerned about round 2 because it doesn't look like Wrexham's going to be picked up, round 2 of the Carabao Cup against Bradford. I don't know how that match is going to get picked up and what we're going to end up doing in the circumstances. We'll have to figure out an option because it could be tough. I see you, Brendan, without microphone. When I get you popped up, I'll be free to bring you in. Oh, they're wearing the Christmas tree green aways at Walsall today. Fascinating stuff. At AVG, where are you from? We've been adding everybody based on country, state, province. I've been keeping the list going. Here's the list of the U.S. representatives so far. Let us know if you're a new one that we can add to the equation. Man, the race course is live. The lineup: Tozer, Luke, Palmer, Ford, O'Connell, Mendy, Boyle, Bickerstaff, Jones, and Lee. So that's O'Connell still in. That's intriguing to me. Bickerstaff getting a start. That's impressive stuff. And I'm curious to see how he runs with Elliott, it looks like, up front, and Palmer. So Palmer and Bickerstaff up front. Lee potentially. I don't know if he's doing a 3-4-3 or doing the 5-3-2. We'll have to figure out, or 3-5-2. Figure out what we're dealing with there. But Bickerstaff in. And I don't know what's going on with Hayden. I'm hoping that he's injured, and because if it's a choice of EOC over Hayden, I'd still like to go with Hayden. Hey, Manu, nice to see you're here. Pleasure to have you. Welcome. We've got DC. Awesome. DC, Ohio, the Netherlands. Those are all 3 new ones I'm going to have to add to the list. Great stuff. We're going worldwide. That's now 10 countries and 7 states represented. We'll see if we'll be able to collect them all. If I could know if there's people who are not watching, I tend to change my broadcast a little bit depending on who's here and who's not here. If you have an iFollow stream and you're not relying on me for the game, I will not be showing the match. You need to have iFollow. So that's important to know. Is if there are people looking for the match, I tend to do a little bit more play-by-play. If you've got audio or you've got video and you're happy with the play-by-play, then I end up just kind of having a chat and talking about what's happening separate and apart from the coverage. So let me know what the preferences are, and I'm happy to go either way. Oh, Dale, that's a good question. I don't know the original and why they actually have the flags. I just know the corner flags have always been there. Why do they have them? And maybe it's just as a marker between going through the touchline and going past goal. But we've got the ball to start. They're getting ready to kick off, and for reference, we are going from left to right on your computer screen, while Walsall in the Christmas tree green aways are going from right to left. We've just got it started and a third of the way in. So it sounds like for Manu, you're looking for me to provide a little bit more play-by-play. So I'll try and do that as well. I've got Jason looking for a little bit more play-by-play. So I'll cover that off. If you are following along, I am at the 30-second mark. So if people want to back up their feeds in order to get to where I am, feel free to go ahead and do that. And we're sitting there, we just collected in the back end. We've had most of the possession to start in the first 35 seconds, just sort of kicking it around in the back as we look and search. Deep ball down the left side. Palmer, great little chip over to Mendy. It's in the center. That looked like a handball, but not called. And we're just back collecting up. Everything's in the middle of the pitch. For those of you who are looking for audio streams, Mark Griffiths is on this broadcast if you're interested. So it is possible, I believe, to just pick up audio only. Obviously, the video is going to cost you $44 on iFollow, and that gives you all the league games for the month. What is it? I know it's in Canadian. I think it's 170 quid, 240 Canadian, whatever it was, to pick up for the entire season. That'll give you all of the league games. The Carabao Cup games are on different ESPN in the US, DAZN in Canada. So that's another subscription. I do see Brendan's here, so I'll pick you up. Brendan's, let me know if you give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Perfect. I'll just click you in. And there you are. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome.
Oh, everybody. I don't have you muted, or you're muted.
Oh, I am.
And I'm going to have to get your Venmo or your PayPal or something to send you a beer, because this has been a couple times where you've stepped up and helped out. So I'm still waiting to pick you up, and that's fine. Throw in now for Walsall from deep in there and right to, the possession. We've gotten interceptions into ball quite frequently here, as it's just ticking around in the Walsall half. They've now collected out, but at outset, possession's been something we've been able to sort of get.
Predictions from me, I'm going to say, given Walsall's scoring history from last year, I'm going to say 2-0. For us, that's 2-0. That's what Brendan's going for. I don't have you muted. I'm going to turn your volume up there a little bit, Brendan, on my end, so it's a double check, but still waiting for you to kick in. You do look good today, and I see the Wrexham jersey. Yes. So 2 minutes, 45 seconds in, deep ball for Wrexham down the left side, and it looks like Mendy's there to try to collect. Gets headed out, but it's our throw now. And it might be a little bit outside of the range for a Tozer bomb. Is Tozer even on? I don't see him actually today. 2-1, Jason says, I'm thinking that's going to be Wrexham. I would anticipate we're a favorite here, at least looking at how young the Walsall team is. Cross goes in. Jones got it in, far post, easily collected. But we're searching. We're searching. For those of you who are looking for a link, you're going to have to go to iFollow again. Goalkeeper's just holding the ball, but feel free to log in. It's the only option available to us. If not, Brendan and I are going to try and give us audio as we go through things so that you get an idea as to what's happening. We're 3 minutes, 40 seconds in. Walsall's just now collected on their side of the half and just collecting back and forth now. A searching ball for them down to the middle of the pitch, sort of falls harmlessly, and we'll just take an easy throw. I do love Griffiths. If you have the broadcast, don't be biased. We're on the telly. That's great stuff, knowing that they've got to kind of shelf things. So deep throw in, sort of a wasted exercise. Walsall's easy to collect it, and they bring it back. Much better. You look at the games that we've had to start, and our possession stats at the first half and the first 10 minutes especially have been horrible. But we've got Ford now down to the right into the final third, getting close to the penalty box, looking to takes on the defender.
Great cross.
Oh, got the cross in. Oh, jeez. Whoo.
Yeah.
That was a header, save made, banged it over top. It's going to go back, but Ford just got it into about the first foot, moves to the right, gets enough space, and gets a nice cross on the second touch. And was that Lee that got there? Yeah, Lee with the header, just searching for the left corner facing the goal. Luke Young in with the start. He's taken the corner. High ball, long ball, a little bit too far, but headed out and looks like it's going to go for a corner throw. Went in behind. We'll get another corner. So that one, a little bit of a wasted play. Brendan's got to brush his hair. He did brush his hair. He's looking sharp. I miss his voice.
You're not getting me at all, huh?
No, I still don't have you, man. It's got to be tech issues on your end because it's showing that you're wide open for me. Corner comes in. Header again. Another header. Oh, and then they headed it behind. Wow. We are searching early. So Young, that one was much better than the first corner. Sort of went to the far post. Lee gets it. Another touch. And away we go. Boyle sitting there with the shrug of the shoulders. Lots of opportunity. Whose baby is dying? That would be my baby. I'm in a hotel room in Halifax on holidays. Oh! Corner, outrageous save. We're going to get a replay on that one because I don't even know exactly what happened, but that's my baby in the background wailing away, and it's just a consequence we're going to have to deal with. So ball rolled to the end. I want to see this corner. So that was a header, second touch to Boyle, and he sort of reached up and swam that with the right from behind and got it out. So 3 corners in a row, good start. And is this a throw? That's a throw deep, right just next to the corner flag. And Palmer was working hard to be able to get that one. This is about as good a start as I've seen in all of the matches I've streamed as far as opportunities and chances go. No early finish.
Mullen is still out, by the way. Someone who asked about it.
Yeah, they're estimating 80% possession for us, and it has been the Poundland Christmas decorations not stepping up here so far. Let's hope it continues. Oh, and we got Rogerio spoiling it. His stream's ahead, so we know what's going to happen here from the Tozer throw. Into the box, up into the air, header, bounced back, out to, is that Lee? Lee's got it, turning in the corner. Jones kicks it back, hammered, chipped up over. Boyle! Yeah. Boyle!
Yeah! Woo!
First one in a Wrexham jersey, and that's why you like the height on those ones. It's 1-0. That was just possession, and chance after chance. Like, even on the build up to the goal, there were 3 touches. And if you're the goalie, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Slapshot. If you haven't, go ahead and watch the goalie. But you see the French goalie sitting there swearing and cursing as he's taking so many shots. PTSD early on. So much pressure. I want to keep this up. Keep this up. Man, chip, far post, Boyle up in the air. Plops it into the far right. That's beautiful stuff. And let's get into the captions and change up the scoreboard. As I'm doing all of this on an iPad today, given the connections issues I've had, it's the solution that we've had to go with, and we'll just have to deal with it. That was impressive. Impressive.
That's how Boyle scores. All headers.
Brendan, I wish, like, I'm going to try and unmute you on my end here. Mute you. Now you're muted. Now I'm going to unmute you on my end. Unmuted. You should be able to get it.
Everyone else
just keep chatting away. Walsall now with possession into the box. Left-hand side, looking for numbers. You know what? We've got a lot of red back there. And even Palmer's coming down now and said enough is enough. And he's now swept back all the way to the box, and he's now all the way at center field. The boys are putting in the effort early on, and you got to appreciate that.
Yeah, turnover.
And there you go. Possession for us. Turning it. Long ball. We've got it.
Bickerstaff.
Is that Bickerstaff?
Yeah.
Oh, I just lost it. You know what? I'm into this all day long. If this can keep up, holy moly.
Yeah, good energy so far.
Another scrappy play at the center of the pitch, and we get possession back. It's just been like 80%, and they are hounding the ball when we don't have it.
I don't want to jinx us, but no one
flies on top of the camera. Obscures. I was trying to figure out what that was. We've got Maine added to the stream. That's another one to add to the list. So that's DC and Maine that I remember seeing, and Ohio to add to the list.
I had a house up on Sebago Lake in Standish.
I think you're going to have to get smashing into things, Brendan. Just sort of that tech thing. If you want, I can turn off the camera if you want to wiggle and jiggle things around, and then bring you back when you think you're ready. You just can give me a thumbs up. How's that sound?
They said that they can hear.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So I'm just going to turn the screen off here. That brings me back on as the only person. I can see you in the background, so feel free to figure out what's going on with the mic issue. If you're just joining, 10 minutes, 14 seconds in, that's where I'm at. There are people who are streaming faster than I am and getting this to you, so you may see in the chat what happens. But it's probably about 75, 80% possession for Wrexham. My kids screaming in the background. Oh, they can hear both, so it's just me. You know what? Then I'll bring you back. And you know what? This is what I'll do. I know why. I can fix this problem.
Now you're muted.
I've got you.
Okay, here we go.
That was an issue on my end, and I've got you. I'm going to have to go live button and get caught up. And so feel free to take
Mark.
Sorry?
They're showing Griffiths. He's got his white jersey on.
Oh, does he? And he was joking about having to be unbiased early on.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Brendan. Why don't you give me an update where you are with the clock?
I am 11:20 right now.
And that's exactly where I am. So we're on par. It seems like there are some people who got a bit of a better stream ahead of us that are running away. So we'll go with. We don't have to worry about the two of us spoiling it and somebody having to be quiet. In the event. For everybody that's tuning in, Brendan's going to bail me out. We're going to probably go back and forth and tag team this one, I imagine, for the majority of the match. So I'll cover it for about another 5 minutes, Brendan, if you're okay with that, and then run and see what's going on. So not much has happened since the goal. As it sits right now, it's back in the Walsall keeper, and he's just looking to push it up through center. We're from the world rooting for Wrexham. That's what this is all about. And I don't know if that means you're actually from Wrexham or not.
No, he said he was from Maine.
Oh, he's from, but we are all here supporting everybody. We got 53 people here and they're staying, and that's impressive. And so a Tuesday afternoon, I thought things were going to be a little bit quieter. And it is only I that I can't hear him. And see, that's my fault for trying to watch
Great
it.
save.
Fozzie got called on there, didn't he?
Yeah, that was well
Shot out the left palm and sort of fended that. And the man of the match last time, Mendy, as well as Player of the Week from EFL offers, was there. So that came down onto, and I don't know their players, 15 hammered from just outside the box, and it was searching for that right side of the net. And Fozzie was able to get over with his left hand. Long ball, little bit of pressure here from Walsall continuing now. They've been sleepy for a while.
Very physical game. The refs letting it all go.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, I prefer the physical games, and I think that benefits us. It certainly did against Wigan. The powder puff officiating of Mr. Drysdale in the last one was frustrating for a number of reasons, and I put out that video. I don't know if people saw it. What I thought was a penalty. Mr. Humphreys, who I don't see is with us today, he was not on board. There we go. We've got another one. New Jersey added to the list. This is awesome. Man, you goated from Wrexham. And I assume for you, Man U, you're part of the group that if it's not televised, you're stuck with us as broadcasters, which I find absolutely fascinating for Wrexham fans to be relying on internationals, Canadian up here, American down there on your viewing screen, to give you updates as to what's happening in the game as you've got your flash scores on. So Kenya.
No way, Kenya?
That's an awesome one to add to the list. This is Wrexham worldwide.
Welcome.
So just sitting at midfield, the possession stats probably down to, I'd say, about 65-35 after a torrid start by Wrexham. Walsall sort of got their feet under them now. They had it at midfield, and then we got Parkey on the screen, and now they still have it at midfield. So just sort of searching. This is a lot looking like what Wrexham was doing for the earlier part of the game in the first 2 to 3 minutes, and then we started searching and getting into things. So Venezuela added to the list.
Oh, Caracas. Wow, this is great.
Awesome.
Oh, good save by Foster.
Fozzie's been that built up on the left-hand side, and Fozzie sort of fortunate, kind of great save, but right where he was at positionally, and so able to make it. And he's now looking to get it out and work down the left side. If you missed the goal, a build up of like 3 corners in a row, and then Boyle being down there for the headers was still in the box as we gained possession and crossed into the far post, and he was able to get that. We've got Peru. We've got Walsall. Does that mean we have to be a little bit nicer, Brendan, with our commentary? I don't think we're that evil anyway, but it's nice to have Walsall here. Welcome. Hope you enjoy at least this perspective.
Yeah, with all the
into the
South American people, I'm going to have to brush up on my Spanish. I know some's Portuguese, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, for sure.
I expect Carlos is from Buenos Aires.
Malaysia.
He'll be on later, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh, Malaysia's in the house? Holy mackerel.
This is an exciting time. And unfortunately, I got to jump off here for a little bit and find a way to turn my mute off.
Too.
And so, Brendan, I'm going to let you take over.
Sure.
And I'm going to hit mute here. And I've got a screen. I can't seem to. Who got the card here? So we did get a card, and I missed that while we were looking at things. Ollie Palmer got a card, and to be fair, I missed that entire build-up because I was staring at my screen trying to figure out how to turn myself off. So
yeah, I missed it too.
Got that now. I'm hoping that they show a replay here, and if they do, I'll describe it, and then I'll just jump off.
Lima, Peru. Nice.
Nothing for me to see there. All right, I'm going to mute this. I will be back in hopefully 5-10 minutes. Just got to run around. Lots of stuff going on, and I'm just personal life jumping out, so I've got to deal with it. So I will be right back. You're in good hands with Brendan and away.
So those of you not watching, Wrexham's got the ball. Trying to settle everything down. No. Just bad turnover, bad pass. Walsall's making a move. They're in the box. Good job by O'Connell. Walsall still has possession. Passing it around now. We got back on D. We got good form again. They're bringing it all the way back out. Yeah, you can listen to my really bad commentating. I'll do my best to keep it in the mix. Yeah, they're just around midfield. Walsall's not really able to get anything going. I think they just tried to come right up the middle. Good pass, but we were able to turn it over. He's got the ball. Yeah. We're working it up from the back, going down the left. Yeah. Oh, nice. We just got a penalty from just outside the box on the right side. Yeah, should be a good cross opportunity. Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be much more of an advantage. You know, not much better than a corner kick here. Nazca. Yeah, I'd like to visit Nazca too. Pumapuku, I think I'd like to check out. It's a good cross, a little low. Tried a header, was no good. And Walsall cleared it out of bounds. Have it on the sideline. Loads of empty seats. No tickets for locals. Really? There's empty seats? I couldn't tell. Unfortunately, I'm looking at it on a small screen. Oh, nice goal! Woo! Palmer looped it over the goalie. He was out way too far. It's a nice pass to Palmer. He turned, chipped it right over the goalie. I don't know what the goalie was doing that far out. Very smooth. Foster's doing very well. The weather is I don't know the temperature. It doesn't look cold. I don't see a lot of jackets on people. So I'm not sure what the temp is, but it's definitely not cold, and it's sunny. The sun's fairly low set, so it's only peeking through the corner between the tech end and the Macron stand. So there's like a nice track of setting sunlight, but it's not dark yet. 61 degrees. Okay. Oh, Wrexham's making a move here. They're holding it back out, passing it back around. I hope you are enjoying the feed. We just had a pass ahead. Weren't able to get the ball before it went over the end line. We tried to make a move down the right-hand side. Yeah, Palmer's little chip shot, he picked it out of the air. The ball went into the defender. It was a weak clear, and there was no one near Palmer when it cleared out to him. And that's why the goalie was out. He wasn't sure if he was going to take the ball from the defender or not. And then when the defender did a weak clear, Palmer hit it while it was still in the air. It was a couple feet off the ground, and he just chipped it right over the goalie. Yeah, he's way off his line. Yeah. Yes, Sam. I don't know how much I blame him because I don't know. Bad communication with that defender. But uh-oh. Okay, good. Wrexham clears it out. Walsall's got it midfield. Yeah, 2-0, take Palmer out. I don't know, Bruce. He's playing well. I would expect that Parky does what he does, which is, you know, he keeps the same group to half, presuming there's no injuries, right? And then he tells the first team, you know, work your ass off for the next 10 minutes because then I'm going to start pulling people. And then he'll probably make 3 subs. And those fresh legs will disrupt the game again. No subs until 70, 75th. Yeah. He usually waits at least 60, right? To the 60-minute mark. Sometimes later. Oh, that was awful. There's a little interesting play there. So there's a set piece for corner kick. It was passed in short. I don't know who it is. He turned and chipped it to a guy running. And who was that? Yeah, someone lost their man. So it was a set play. It was like a pick. Walsall defender curled around. It was definitely a designed play, well executed. Fozzie didn't have a chance. Knocked by near post. Didn't even make a move for it. Just way too easy. Two one. Bickerstaff making a good move. They pass the head. He's down the corner. Oh, high. Way too high of a cross by Ford. Oh, geez. Not communicating. Palmer just tried to drill a shot and he hit it right into Mendy, who was cutting across like 3 feet in front of him. They got to talk a little bit more. Well, 2-1 is not great, not as comfortable, not the same party atmosphere. Talking about this last time, you really want that 2-goal lead before you start feeling it slightest bit comfortable, I think. Just Wrexham now clearing it out, to midfield. Yeah, not a great goal. I mean, it was a good play by them, but I mean, I couldn't tell who it was, but they marked each of the Walsall guys that were in front of goal, and because the pass was short and not looped in, the Wrexham player let his guy run away from him, and the pass was designed to eventually come to him off the short play out of the corner. So when he ran free, it was too easy for the goal. The Wrexham player just a little lazy, I think, thinking that it was a mishit or something out of the corner, and instead, Oh, Mexico. Welcome. Welcome, Rodrigo. Hola. I think the North and South Americans might have the all the Brits and Welsh outnumbered today. Great cross for Walsall. Tozer heads it wide away from the goal on Walsall's cross. They have another set piece coming from the corner. Lining it up now. I would expect this is going to be a cross all the way in. Yeah, they don't really have anyone too short this time. No, they went short again, real short. Secondary cross. Foster comes out, punches it away. They header it back in. They're able to keep it in. It's on the left side, just outside the box. Got to stay on him. Uh-oh, good move. Jones is playing some good defense. His a late cross, far. Good header defensively. Mendy was decent on defense too. Now it's in front. Oh, good kick out. Foster couldn't get to it. Still dancing around the box, but Wrexham has it. They just cleared it out. Wide left. Lee's got the ball. One man on him. Hits it way ahead. Bickerstaff, is he onside? It's him and the keeper way outside the box. The keeper's trying to block it. Oh, that was exciting. Great cross. And Bickerstaff was ahead of his man running down the left-hand side. Goalie came all the way out. Came outside the box, had to play without his hands, and tried to run him down to the sideline as two other guys got back and tried to end up playing goalie. And Bickerstaff hits it off the goalie and knocks it out of bounds. So Wrexham has the corner. Yeah, we need the 3 points today. We need to win this in the next one without a doubt. Referee's warning one of the Walsall players pushing. Boy, we have everyone jammed right inside the goal. Oh, we pass it short. Late cross gets knocked out. Was out of bounds. Wrexham ball for a throw-in. Hello, Sean.
I'm back. It's going to be probably off and on for a little bit, but the next call may be during the half, so I'm going to take that. But I missed the goal. It looks like Walsall got one back, but that's fine. Don't need the lowdown. Everybody's here watching away. I'll get that one on the highlight. So
it was on a corner play. It was a well-designed play.
Well, and even when I left, it looked like Walsall had developed their control. I tried to watch as I was running around dealing with my things, but upwards and onwards we go, and Wrexham with more and continued possession. Maybe I'm just a good luck charm. Maybe it's me putting my butt in the seat. Yeah. Superstition demands that I do not leave. It's now into the box. Is that Palmer? I'm working off of my phone. Mendy now from the left, cross in, bounce back, looking again. He's got it back. Ooh, lost it, flip. They're able to collect it and get out. I'm at the 31-minute mark for those following along.
Yeah, you have to add Mexico to your list.
Mexico to the list. I'm going to have to go through this on a replay and get it all because there's that many people that I'm going to probably forget some of the states.
Mexico, Argentina, Venezuela, Peru.
Yeah.
All in the house.
Kenya,
forgot yet. We Kenya earlier. Of course, we have several people around the UK, Liverpool, and Walsall, both here today.
Crossed into the box.
Plenty of Canada. Yeah, you said Canada.
Manitoba is the only new province in Canada, but we'll get to all 10.
Yeah, got a few new states today.
Lee with the throw in, and we're just collecting it in the back. This is exactly what it looked like when I left. So maybe fortunate against the run of play for Walsall to be able to get one back into it. Because all I've been seeing is us continuing to search as we're doing now. Forward on the right gets it back now into the middle.
Kevin, we were talking earlier when last stream we had. So Dale, who's almost always on. Oh, Andrew's in the house. Dale's from Dallas, Texas. Dallas, and we had someone from Florida, and those two are often considered their own entities, separate from the United States. Oh, great!
Turn it, Lee, on the top of the box.
Turn it over in the box.
Oh, Palmer with the lazy little chip attempt over to the top right. Just went up.
Lee. Yeah, Lee got control. He drew his man away, so Palmer would have a clean shot. Kicked it back to him, a nice back pass, and he tried to curl it in and get it under the bar. Just missed on the left side. Yeah, California is a separate state. Yes,
California is a separate
belt. Much different than Texas and Florida. Much different.
That's like during the Wimbledon match where they were asking if Florida could be a separate country. I guess now we got California looking for the same. Yeah. The same benefit.
We'll not discuss politics here, but definitely much different than Texas and Florida.
Boyle with the clear into the center, but nobody really there to collect it. So Walsall's got it, 13. But
yeah, Sam.
Sort of a missed hit there on the header, but he knew it. Apologizes. Walsall throw. I
wasn't that surprised. I thought Bickerstaff, they needed to give him and Palmer a shot together, and so far
they've looked like maybe the best duo we've had. In limited eyes, 33 minutes in.
It's much better with Lee feeding them as opposed to wow.
Not even playing advantage on that.
No,
because there was not the ball that he caught his leg.
Wow.
That's at least a penalty, if not a yellow.
Well, we better have one coming to us then.
Well, we said he's letting them play, so we know. Palmer drops it down to Mendy on the left side, collects it back. He's searching. Lee's got it now just outside the box, pitches it in. That's Bickerstaff. Oh, Palmer just misses it, trying to get the flyby. Bickerstaff tried to get it off of his foot to him, and Palmer overran it. Whatever happened, Mendy gets ripped down, and we're going to go free kick the other way.
Northern Ireland. We're going to go visit Northern Ireland. I thought you said you were you had a bunch of buddies, and you were going back into the Dublin area. I didn't know you were going to go up.
No, it was Derry.
Derry. Oh, okay. Oh, I got it confused. A little bit of a dive by Mendy there.
John, I've been looking into doing that with the running clock, and I haven't been able to sync it up right. And I know they're not using Restream; they're using some different software. So I'm not 100% certain to do it because I need to have an overlay, and we'll have to figure that out. The scoreboard that I can have, I can bring the captions up every once in a while. And it's certainly something to think of, but this is a sort of limited in the capacity where we have the running stream. So I continue to search for options. I know that if I get enough followers,
good cross.
Cross into the box. You know what? The goalkeeper's been fearless. He went out and challenged that, and he had to because Boyle was right there. If he would have missed that, that's in the back of the net. So good on him, and I wouldn't want to have to try and get in front of Boyle. But if I can embed this into a website, then I can have all of the stats, possession stats, corners, kick, leaks, all the details running live. But that's going to take a little bit of time as we build this up, so stay tuned.
Great defense by O'Connell. Really stopped that run by Walsall.
And do we know, or does anybody know? I mean, O'Connell's been good today. Fortunately, is Hayden injured?
I heard him talking. I heard Mark Griffiths talking, and he basically said no. He was slightly dinged up. That's why they sat him the last game. He was questionable for tonight, and not to blow it out of proportion, kind of thing. I could have sworn that's what he was saying on the radio before the game.
Yeah.
Watch yourself there, Andrew. Making fun of Dallas. Dale is going to get bent out of shape.
Back and forth, sort of a nothing play down. Walsall's now collected it, so they're sitting in the midfield, replaying long searching ball down the left side. Actually, you know what? That's a good first touch forward. Wow, good defensively to be able to read that and clear it out. So it'll be a Walsall throw.
What news, Andrew? Is Mullen going to return a lot sooner than we thought? We're only about 4 weeks.
No timeline provided, but it's less serious than they thought, is what I heard. I don't know
Oh, wow, that's great.
if he got a
Maybe
timeline.
that's why they haven't overspent for a replacement thing.
And I hope that's the case because, I mean, to me, Hayden's in my starting lineup. And I know it drives people nuts, but I'd pull O'Connell to put Hayden in. And I get that there's controversy there. But we'll see what ends up happening going forward.
I think he's probably the better offensive threat, especially in set pieces. I just don't know if he's the better defender.
Yeah, for me, I take him on the offense, but not only that, O'Connell can be inconsistent. O'Connell positionally is sounder. He's got better skills, I think. But he goes hot and cold to me, where Hayden just gives you maybe a step down, but it's consistent. You know exactly what you're getting day in, day out. And I like predictability. I do.
Hayden wasn't. I mean, I understand he had a long break, but Hayden wasn't exactly letting it up on the U.S. tour. He was the guy getting most exposed. I understand it's preseason, but still.
So we're searching here. Lee's at the start of the box, kicked it over and just lost control. I think that was Bickerstaff he was trying to get it to. Also was able to collect, but they've punted it out. Are we letting it roll for a throw in? We are. Ford gets it back and we collect. You'd like to see the score of the entire game. I could bring that up. Only problem is it'll only update when I enter it, but that's fine. Should be able to pop it up there, and then you can see it down below, and maybe I readjust some of the overlays when I get an opportunity, and look into a little bit better job of how to maintain the score and maybe the clock throughout. So deep ball just passed Ford too far. They're able to get it and kick it out, and I think that went for a throw-in. Can't really see the linesman, but it makes sense. Tough to see on the near corner with the camera. Kind of go into a blind spot there, don't we, with whoever's operating things in the racecourse today. So close enough for a Tozer bomb anyway, and he's identifying how far down he can go. They sent him back.
Yeah, Hayden is injured. See, Andrew's saying the same thing.
And you know what? If it's a niggling injury, a niggling injury for Hayden, it's worth putting EOC. There's not much between them, right? So those are with the stretch. The delivery, short post, header, just over top, and we'll take a corner. And I believe the keeper got a hand to that, and that's where the referee was pointing. Yes, it'll go for a corner kick.
Before the corner comes in, the 2-0 teams, MK Dons is tied 1-1 with Crowley. Gillingham is 1-0 over Sutton. And who else?
Long corner in from Young, headed away. Not much there, but it falls to us again. Into the box. Oh, a nice block by the defender there. I missed who was spinning and turning. I think that was Ollie.
Yeah.
Tried to get the right foot on it. Didn't have a lot of pace, but he was so close to the goal that would have been danger had that block not been there in the center of the area.
Barrow is down 1-0 to Accrington Stanley. Who are they?
Accrington Stanley. Well, I don't know enough details, but they're mid to low.
I was doing the joke.
Oh, okay.
Just doing a bad impression.
And do we hate them?
10-year-old.
Do we hate them?
Who are they?
So Andrew's on Team Hayden. Well, so that's a bonus point for me, I think. But yeah, Sam, Tozer's been. You know what? To be fair, I mean, I missed the goal. It sounded like it came in on a set piece, and there was some pressure from Walsall. But this has been one of the more comfortable halves we've seen. And Givo, we don't send out the live stream links from us. If somebody else happens to pop one into the chat, I can't really do anything about it. So if somebody has one, you can do it. I'm not. I don't control those sorts of things, and I'll cover my eyes. But Walsall with control in our half.
Yeah, I know. I have to definitely give Hayden a pass. You know, it was preseason and he hadn't played. I hear you. I guess it's one of those things where it was just so long since you saw him, you forgot how good he was. You know.
Well, and for us, we didn't really get to see how good he was because when did we start streaming? In December?
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome, Arthur.
Oh, I think he's. I think that was an attempted insult, wasn't it?
That's okay.
Wrexham, where's your dumbbell card?
Mhm.
It might have been an insult. We'll see if it's necessary. I get to block on the iPad. That's fine. 40 approaching the 43rd minute, sort of just been in the middle of the pitch going back and forth. We've got possession now and starting to look to build out of the back. Tozer gets it across to Ford. He sends it back to Fozzie, and we'll collect ourselves again.
I have noticed that even if Arthur was criticizing the owners, they haven't been highlighting them this year, like focusing on the fact that they're at the game. You know, they were at the game. They were there with other stars. You know, for them play Don's game, and they didn't focus on it at least during the game. It seemed. So
Didn't get that, or I just have so much going on in my life right now, trying to watch the game, see what's going on personally, and track things on the other side of a door here, and also listening to Brendan and follow the chat. Multitasking, supposed to be something we're not good at. 44th minute, I'd like to give people an update of the game here, but as I watch, it's just, back and forth. We got to throw in literally down the field to the midfield stripe, a header back, and now it's out of play, and we'll go and run it again. Actually, it's a Walsall throw in.
yeah.
But there hasn't been a whole heck of a lot that's going on. Brendan, I don't know if you want to be. I don't know if you want to stay on for the half and just continue chatting. I'm happy to do that.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
So we'll do that, and I'm going to run around and join as soon as I get the opportunity. I'm 20 seconds away from finding out how much injury time there is, but with 3 goals and at least one card that I saw from Palmer, I'll have to check the possession or the stats to find out if there were more that were out there. I suspect that there will be at least 5 minutes?
Probably. Oh. Yeah.
I missed the sign. It just blipped on for so
There
long.
it is. 2 minutes. Only 2
Oh,
minutes.
2.
Oh, wow.
Into the box.
Yeah,
Into the box.
cleared it
Back,
out.
clears it out. It never really looked threatening, but
No, Jones was pushing.
be there. So Walsall has it, kicking out, looking to work up the left. Interesting pass from deep in the left to the far right corner in there into our third. Chipped ahead.
John.
Oh no. That was a push in the back. No foul called. Rolls out, we'll just take the goal kick. That was interesting because
Caesar.
that was a straight push from the back. Caesar's here. Nice to see you again, Caesar. Now we've got man, we're getting pretty close. South America might be the first continent we cover in its entirety.
Yeah, I know.
I guess not true. We've got Canada, the US, and Mexico, so we covered North America, but
Yeah.
we're 40 seconds away from halftime, so
It's about midfield. Wrexham has the ball.
I'd like to see one more crack at it.
Yeah,
I'm sure with the clock running up and not having to manage, the one advantage of the clock running up in the stadium is it allows the players to look and see how much time is actually off of the clock. Because beforehand, they were running stopwatches and probably somebody just screaming from a distance to give an idea. Now you know you've got 12 seconds and a half. Are you going to play it safe? You're going to make a run for it. Fozzie's given the symbol to calm it down. It looks like we're just going to sort of play with it in midfield here. Give it, and the referee obliges. So that's the half. 2-1. I'll put that up for the remainder of the half as we wait for it, and I'll leave it in the hands of Brendan capably to sit and chat with you guys to take you through the halftime. Feel free to
Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're going to do for subs here. Don't know what I want. Maybe they'll bring Barnett on. McLean. I'm not sure. Maybe Davies. I think Boyle looked good. Obviously, his header was great. Preview, guess. Yes, thank you, Master. If you guys can do a like and a subscribe, that would be great. Hey, any suggestions you want to put in? Sean's been just really busy lately, but he definitely has a lot of great ideas for the site and the feed. I got to get some sound effects for goal and stuff, especially when Sean and I are synced up on the same video and I'm not blowing it for him by telling him a goal was scored. Yeah, we've really peppered that goalie, made him work. But that was a very good header by Boyle. They're showing some replays right now. This green must be Walsall's third kit, right? Because I was expecting a white kit today, but I guess they didn't want to be red and white, white and red. It's the one with the green today. 10 shots, 6 on goal. Hello, Kim. Thanks for that. I don't have the stats in front of me. You know what? I can read off. I can read off some of the other League Two scores. Doncaster 1-1 with Mansfield. Crawley 1-1 with MK Dons, which is great. They tied that up. You know, want MK Dons, Barrow, and Gillingham all to lose, considering they both have 2 wins. They all have 2 wins. Forest Green's up 1-0 on Swindon Town. Crew Alexander and Newport County 1-1. Morecambe and Notts are 0-0, or ZZ, whatever it is in England. Stockport 0-0 with Bradford. That's nice. Accrington Stanley 1-0 over Bradford. Grimsby, who's been looking pretty good this year, I thought, 1-0 over Salford City. Colchester and Wimbledon 0-0. Tranmore up 2-0 on Harrogate. They seem to have started pretty good this year. Sorry about that. Tranmere 2-0 over Harrogate. I already said Gillingham 1-0 over Sutton. And, of course, Wrexham 2-1 over Walsall. 5 coins for Wrexham, 2 plus. All those 2s are 3-1s. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, Comey, how are you liking the iFollow stuff? I like the integration that it gave me all the matches and it allowed it to dump it onto my calendar from my phone. That was kind of nice so that I could see what was upcoming and stuff like that. I like that it shows the table standings. There's a option for news, but it doesn't seem to fill it. And the app seems to kind of crash out or need buffering. I'd say 3 or 4 times a game. Not too bad, but a little bit annoying. And it seems I try to stream from my phone to a television screen, and one TV has no problem, but the other TV, the app, the iFollow app recognizes it and then it won't let me share it, which is really strange. So it must think I'm trying to do something I shouldn't do. Live table has us up 12. Yeah, I really like that. I think that's pretty interesting that when you're looking at the table and based on what the score of the games are currently, that's how they reorder you. I find that quite interesting. It's pretty cool. Elliot Lee, 93.1%. Thanks for that stats, Caesar. Doing a great job. Doing my job for me. Aerial dudes, 3 key passes. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching at the time, Caesar, but he made several great plays. One where he gets in the box, he turns left, he drags this guy with him, and back passes with his heel to Palmer and sets him up for a beautiful cross. I think I expected more out of Palmer with the shot. It was a little high, hooking left. I expected him really to blast it, but yeah, Lee's definitely been making things happen. I think he plays totally different when he's expected to be up front a little bit more. I don't think he's as good deep in the box. I think he needs to be out on the edge of it. I think that's where he seems to excel. Waiting for Mark Griffiths to give us some great insight here. Oh, we started off this slow last year. Only 4 points after 3 games. Yeah, I also think the next game is winnable as well. I think at home, Swindon at home, we can get 3 points out of that. And then that's followed by, where is it? Oh, away at Barrow. That could be a little bit challenging, I think. Would be probably happy with just getting a point there in the Barrow game, but wonder what happened in the Doncaster Mansfield game. They had 12 minutes of extra time. It's quite a bit. Oh, WG back. Oh, Vancouver Island in the house. Welcome, Park. Sean will be excited. He's in all the way on the other side of Canada right now in Halifax for this, but he's typically up on the western side of Canada. It has been a pretty good game to watch. Very active, WG. Not a lot of penalties. Not a lot of just holding the ball, passing it around the back, watching the possession numbers go up. They've been actually trying to get the ball down. They've been doing well working it up, an occasional deep ball, but for the most part, it looked a lot better at methodically moving it up. So here on the island. Yep, here we go. Sean's all excited. Gets overly excited about his Canadians. I know I'm not exactly panicked. I think we definitely need this 3 points more psychologically than anything. Not that we can't recover, but I think it will really help keep the spirits because I think we'll get another boost when Mullen comes back. I don't know. There's what seems to be a lot of good teams, and what I'm wondering is that going to make it difficult to climb back in? There won't be a lot of easy points to pick up because there'll be a solid 12 teams that you have to worry about. So that way we can't make up a great amount of ground if we're well behind. Or is it going to be parity and no one's going to really pull away and you don't necessarily have to be winning anywhere near the clip that we were used to winning over the last couple of seasons and that we'd naturally rise to the top? I don't know. I mean, I'd feel a lot better if MK Dons and Gillingham took losses. I don't know that I'm as worried about Barrow. Guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks, but Gillingham looks strong. Look like they put they filled a lot of gaps and holes on their team. Mansfield has that League One experience. They look fairly sharp against us, so looks like they'll do well most of the year. Yeah. Yes, Master. That's what I think too. I think MK Dons looks strong. I'm okay with one team running away with it, getting first place. I'm just worried about several of those automatic bids disappearing. 80 points get them into the top 4. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking we needed 83, 84 points if we were looking for the top 3 spots. Third spot, I guess, with 83, 84 points. I thought something around 23, 24 wins and about 15, 16 ties, and that'll get us there. That'll get us into the low 80s. So obviously by mid-year, somewhere around the end of December, I was hoping we'd have 12-ish wins. So I wouldn't mind getting some of those wins now. Yeah, they'll be mid-table if they win. "35 degrees in Vancouver, yikes." I know, John, I'm not panicking. Okay, maybe a little. Parky's pulling over the subs. Sounds like he's going to be sending some people in. Hello, Sam. Oh, wow, Sam's at the game. I got to tell you, it looks really nice on the floodlights look good. The field is glowing. I mean, it's just the sun's setting. There's a nice color to the sky, some grays and light purplish. It's pretty nice. I'll be with us shortly. Oh wow, yeah, showing some nice clouds and making the pitch look really nice from different angles on the camera now. About ready to kick off the second half here. Walsall starting out with the ball. They haven't started yet.
And I'm back. Just underway, 45th minute. And I did follow the messages as far as the tips and tricks and all that sort of stuff. I do have options I'm going to try to look at about getting graphics on the screen through one of my software, this provider, and maybe I can link it into what I make for my other videos. If I can do that, it'd be perfect, because then I get a whole bunch of graphics. I can bring up the clock. I was sort of looking at that over the halftime. There are toys that I just have to learn how to play with them, and I can figure it out. And so I'll do that when I get back to home base.
At the very least, you and I could coordinate a little better, and I could pull that stuff up and feed it, or vice versa during halftime.
Yeah, for sure. So don't want to take away from the match, so we'll figure that out afterwards. But 2-1 at the half. 40. I'm at the 46-minute mark starting now. For those of you who are timing where you're at as far as watching us as best as you can.
Yeah, John, I think those are the same picks that I'd make. McLean in for Mendy and Barnard in for Ford, although Ford's look good. And I agree with you. You don't want to be stacking up those yellows.
Two men in the box there weren't able to connect on that play by Walsall, but that was a little bit dangerous with that pass coming in from Hutchinson into the box. Just not able to connect with the two players that were there searching. EOC was there to cover one, but that was a dangerous play because he's essentially unmarked. If that was just maybe 3 feet less than that, he could have got there for that header. So dangerous start from Walsall to start, but let's hope we settle into this one and get that insurance goal.
I find their game very interesting, whereas we bring it deep into the corners and then cross. Oh, we almost had that there. And they get it just over midfield and then loop in across.
Yeah,
they try to get it deep down the sides. Yeah.
They've been more direct for sure.
Oh.
Throw in, giveaway. Fozzie out in net. Oh. Great coverage by Palmer getting back to sort of delay the shot on that one, because Fozzie threw it and it got intercepted on a sliding tackle to knock it down, and they turned it around pretty quick. So that was fortunate.
Right. It was well outside the box. It wasn't all that close. He was trying to get him. Fozzie was trying to start a break out.
Yeah.
Didn't pin that.
Throw in on the right side for us. Out and throw in for them.
Well, PK, we're doing what we can. Walsall just had it inside the box on the left side. Tight cross and defended well. We kicked it out before it got to the goal. Yeah, good slide, but I think that's Boyle, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were complaining about something. I think it was a handball or something.
So a corner for Walsall. We'll see what ends up happening here.
First real cross.
To the middle. Nobody from Walsall there, easily cleared by EOC, but comes back for a volley.
Oh, wow. Wow, that got cleared out from well outside the box. Walsall drilled it off of the top post, and Walsall got a second shot, and Fozzie was able to knock it away. Big action here. A lot of pressure by Walsall. Boy, they take their shots from very deep. Yeah, I agree with you, Sam. That Fozzie didn't even move. An inch lower, and that thing's in. Another shot. Good cross by them, but nothing. Good defense, marking your man. Yeah, to be fair, that Walsall player took the header clear from Lee. He was, I don't know, 2 meters outside the box, took it in the air and laced it off of the crossbar. So that was a hell of a shot. Walsall again making the move, and we're able to clear it. Ball's loose. Walsall has it midfield. Wrexham's back defensively. They're working around the outside. They're going down the left side now. James isn't on the bench. Oh, okay. No McLean today. Another good play by Walsall. They got it deep on the left. A pass short, and then another pass in. It was knocked away. Guess it's a goal kick. Getting a lot of really good opportunities here. Wrexham's a little back on their heels. Might have to do a sub earlier. Try to wake up some of these guys. I mean, I'm sure he's going to let them try to get their footing here, but they really got to start turning it around. Yeah, Toes is trying to calm them down. They're doing a lot of back passing here. Slowly working it around, deep in their own end. Oh, that's a bad giveaway by Foss. Walsall's got it inside the box, and we're able to kick it away. Tozer was in a great play. We got a breakaway going right now, wide open. Oh, taken down from behind, just outside the box. That was a bad takedown. 100% from behind. Took out Palmer. He was about ready to go into the box in a great position with another Wrexham player off to the right. I think it was Bickerstaff, and he just absolutely wipes him out from behind. Kicked him in the back of the legs. They're only giving him a yellow. It's Focals, is that? Or Focals? I don't know how to pronounce him. He's been in a lot of action most of the game, taking out a bunch of players that they could have given cards for, and they didn't. Okay, it looks like you've got Jones and Mendy looking at the ball here. Who else? Yeah, they got Tozer too. Not really sure what they're going to go. I think they're going for the goal. I think they're going direct. Yep. Into the wall. Bounces up. Ball's live. Out in front of the goal. Blasted by. Just missed. Oh, wow. There was a lot of holding by some Walsall players. Made it difficult to get a good shot away. We did anyway, though. Walsall bringing the ball out from their end. On the goal kick. So, dicey pass by Walsall. We almost picked it off. Just working it around the outside, but coming up the left side again. Oh, deep pass by Walsall. Immediately right back into the middle. It's been super effective. They don't go down the sideline. Looks like they're going to, and then they go right into the middle of the field, the top of the box. Good defense there. Yeah, that was a good save. James Jones did blast that. Also has the ball. They're moving around the outside. They just blast it right into the center there. No fear. We have a ton of bodies there. Tried to knock it out to Palmer. He just doesn't have the speed. Oh, wow. He just got gifted one. Palmer tried to force a foul. Well, that's good that they didn't call that. Mendy's got the ball. Mendy on the wing. Crosses it. Oh, yes! Goal! Wow, that Mendy. What a play with that cross. A low, short pass. Bickerstaff buried it in the back. Love to see Bickerstaff get rolling, too. 3-1. Get Palmer out of there quickly. He's exhausted, I think, and I don't want him getting another penalty. Yeah, that really energized the stadium. (3-1), yes. I mean, Bickerstaff caught it. You'd think he'd go directly into goal. He spun around the other way and quickly hooked it past his guy. Goalie was surprised. Very good, quick move. That's what you'd expect out of Mullen, being able to shoot with his right or his left. He shot with his right foot, but it was a spin all the way around. You thought he'd just go left on the short side. Oh, yeah. Yes, Dale's back in. Yeah, I agree, Kim. A lot of key people doing well today. Walsall's got the ball just outside the box. Pretty good control. We have a lot of defenders in. Good defense. Great knockdown by Boyle. Well controlled. We're working it out nice and slow. Up, deep cross, trying to get it down. Here comes Walsall again. Up, good steal. Is that Boyle? Oh, could have got a penalty there. He did. Playing advantage. Yeah, he's going to blow it, right? There we go. Yeah. Palmer's on the ground again. He got hit the second time after we were playing advantage. I believe that was Boyle that picked it off. Yeah, Boyle snuck up, picked it off. They pulled him his jersey and pulled him down. And we were playing advantage, and they decided to take Palmer out. Is Dalby on the bench? I believe he is, yes. I believe that's what that's what we think they're gonna do, Jason. Wrexham's got the ball just outside the box. A lot of guys in the box. Wow, a whole Walsall team is in the box. Oh, how's that a goal kick? Slide tackle. Look, he must have knocked it off of Lee somehow. Boy, I thought we were going to have a nice corner there. Need to update the score on the screen. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't have control of it. Sean will be back in a moment. But thanks for pointing that out. I will let him know once he gets back. 3-1. MK Dons are currently losing 2-1 to Crawley Town, which is very good. Gillingham's still up 1-0. And Barrow is still down 1-0. All good signs. Ball's thrown in. Wrexham with the ball contested. It's out of bounds. Walsall now has the ball. Uh-oh. In the center of the field. as usual with the ball. Up, they finally push it wide. Here's a deep cross. Headed out. Boyle doing his job again. Oh, wow. Well, they almost gave Palmer a foul there, but you just get him out of the game. Palmer's starting to play chippy, and it's going to cost him. You're 5 minutes behind. Is that what you're saying, Andrew? Yep, they did. They did give a foul to Palmer. They didn't card him though. Free kick here for Walsall. I think they're going to loop it in on the left side. It looks like. Yep, chipped it left side. Double header by them. Good clear. Yeah, Lee couldn't control it. Turned it over. Walsall still has a deep, bad play on the left. Oh, blasted wide right. Who was that defensively over there? They got abused. There's going to be some subs. Here we go. I think that was Dalby coming down. Yep, it was Palmer that got abused over there. He's exhausted, Parky. Take him out of the goddamn game. Yeah, what's up with Stockport? Stockport is down by 1 to Bradford. It's 0 for Stockport, 1 for Bradford. Okay. Also, again, on our half of the pitch, good cross, no one there. Also runs it down before it goes out of bounds. They still got the ball, dangerous position, not totally set. Oh, great play. Also, it was a give and go, couldn't handle the pass, fumbled it. They're wide right now. It's not a 0-0. Yeah. It's still 0-0 with me. Bradford 1-0 over Stockport, basically. Also still working it around. They have it in our area. Another good deep cross. Fozzie comes up, plays it, catches it. He's jogging up right now. He's got to settle them a little bit. Hello, JJ. Nice to see you. Welcome. Doncaster Mansfield 1-1. Forest Green Swindon 1-1. Crew 2-1 over Newport. Ball's at midfield right now. Just going back and forth. Up, deep cross. Ball's kicked too far ahead on the lead pass by Mansfield, and Fozzie has it. Tranmore up 2-0 over Harrogate. Sutton losing to Gillingham 0-1. Grimsby 1-0 over Salford. Salford's got a red card in that game, so they're down a man. Stanley up 1-0 over Ballard. We have not had it on the other end, on their end of the pitch, hardly at all. I mean, it gets up to about midfield and it goes right back. Had 2 opportunities maybe in the second half. Their possession numbers have to be huge right now. Finally, in their end, Rick Bickerstaff on the far left, trying to make something happen, getting beat up there, double teamed. Oh, bad call by the ref. Got knocked out. They gives it to Walsall. 10,188 in attendance. 1146 for Walsall. That's good, isn't it? It's a good amount of travel. Bet you everyone wants to come check out Wrexham, right? Unless, except for the long drive from the south, probably they don't want to come up. But everyone else wants to see what all the buzz is about, right? I can't wait for that new cop really don't like how long it's been taking. Can't believe they couldn't get it in any faster. We have to wait a year and a half from the time that they could have started it. Osana, Barrett, O'Connor, Cannon, Dalby, Walters, and Palmer. Yep. I got to get Dalby in the game, though. Oh, blasted away. You know, that makes me think Hosanna might come in. With McLean not on the bench. Yeah, it is a little nice to see you, Zeta. Doing my best. It looks like they're also is going to have some subs in a moment. Again, score on our screen's a little off. It's 3-1 Wrexham. You're not going to know. Mindy's got the ball on the left, brings it up towards the box, crossed, cleared away by Walsall. Good pass by Mendy in the middle. I think it was Jones, blasted it. Defender was in the way. Walsall has, looks like 3 subs lined up. One guy's a monster. He looks like he's 6'5". Tozer with the deep throw here, coming from the left side. Drops it in the box. Headed way wide. Oh, kick back in. Walsall's able to clear it out. Oh, wow. Wow, Fozzie was, 3/4 the way up the field there, trying to help play that ball. Tozer crosses it. Oh, it's intercepted. Need to get back. Midfield. Walsall with the ball. Oh, Sean updated the screen. We're at 3-1.
Life interference with Wrexham is not okay.
Everyone's joining in, and oh no!
Whew.
We have to work on our defense in the middle. Like, how are they getting the ball to these guys time and time again, right in the middle? They're right in the middle, right at the top of the box. They caught it, turned, and they just hit it wide. They would have scored otherwise. Yeah, all 3 subs coming in for Walsall right now.
I will say if there's an advantage of that play in was that Tozer was there defensively, that I think if anything other than a shot wide probably would have missed, because just where he was located.
I hear you, but I mean, standing there watching the guy catch the ball, turn and shoot is not playing defense. I mean, you got to pressure. They got to talk. They got to mark their man, and they got to apply pressure. Way too easy. There's 1.5 meters. I'm sorry, 2 meters between him and the offensive player. It's too easy. Fozzie knocks it deep. And Walsall recovers, shoots it back.
It reminds me of the when we played Chelsea and their ability to challenge our defense, where it just seemed like positionally we didn't know what to do when we were getting run at direct at us, and that sort of was indicative of just that play. I haven't seen it other than that play since that Chelsea game where they were able to just come right at us, and we didn't seem to have an answer defensively for it.
That almost that exact play has happened 5 times this second half. They just keep drilling it to that spot, top of the box, midfield, and they shouldn't be able to complete that pass and then be from there be able to pass again or shoot. I mean, but they are. I can see 5 red shirts.
That was a great header from Bickerstaff, just too far on the entry to Lee.
Oh wow! Great play by Mendy.
For the header. Lee saved it. What is that with the shot? Oh, you know what? A for effort. Didn't go in. but that was all the way down the left side was pretty impressive,
It looked like it was
right? You got Bickerstaff with the play back, the deep ball.
Yeah.
Lee getting held on, makes the play, gets the shot. The only downside about it was you'd like to see Ollie or Bickerstaff maybe on the front foot to be able to go and get that rebound.
Yeah, I think Lee should have held it up a half second and given it to Palmer or somebody. They had numbers coming down the middle.
Could barely see on that replay, but it looked like there was somebody coming in. So
yeah. It wasn't
nobody
easy.
there.
It wasn't easy, but it was an incredible play. They don't know how he kept the ball in not going out of bounds.
Yeah.
Palmer has the ball on the right side.
Palmer with the beauty steal.
Yeah.
Get onto it, Palmer. Oh.
Yeah. Wrexham,
you know what? You take those little. And so this was a turnover, just landed on her feet. Bickerstaff gets it back. Now we're trying to settle things down.
Tried to one tap it. Oh, again.
Oof.
Yeah. Settling the ball.
Young. We're everywhere right now.
Here we go. Oh, Palmer's exhausted. Will you please get him off the
goddamn? It's wild out there right now.
Yeah, we could
Lee Bickerstaff over to Palmer and gets back around the corner, like trying to call that. You can even tell from Mark just going higher as he's describing it.
Yeah, it looks like Sam agrees with me. Lee should have chipped it out front. Palmer was well free.
It's always one of those ones where it's definitely a skill to slow the game down, though, so you can see that man there pointing to lead the ball, right? And it's one of those things where you take the shot and then you look over and you see the hands there and you're like, that would have been a better option. But in the heat of it,
yeah,
you're just sort of, I'm taking a crack.
Your head's down a lot, It's hard to pick it up on the
oof. That was well done by Boyle to be able to make sure that stayed away. He was looking for a sort of a half volley.
He's been absolutely great this game.
Yeah.
But it's not just that he's getting back and heading the ball out. He has it under control. He's here comes Waters in the game.
So Dalby and Waters are coming in for Bickerstaff and Palmer.
Yeah.
So Waters for Bickerstaff, Dalby for Palmer if it matters. Well done to those boys. 72nd minute. They worked well together in the minutes that I saw.
I forget who.
And good on Bickerstaff for asserting himself. You get these opportunities. Mullen goes down. You gotta pursue him, and hat off to him for taking the chance and running with it.
I forget who corrected me earlier, but I thought they might try to take Palmer out a little earlier today, and I was corrected by someone saying no at the 70-minute mark to 75 minutes, and yep, at 72, Palmer goes off. So. Good defense by us. Waters is really getting involved. Waters and Dalby are far more active, making it difficult for them to set up the initial pass into the middle. A lot of pressure on the ball finally, instead of letting them line up those the direct. They're backing up. They're going to try the right-hand side, try to stay away from Waters. He's running around crazy. Dalby, but Mendy pressured it. Crew now up 4-1, right? Wow. Oh, that was you, John, correcting me earlier? Okay. I'll give you full credit. Good defense again by O'Connell there. Defensively, O'Connell and Boyle were standouts. Tozer was looked at sideways by Foster a couple times for some of his decisions there. And his clears haven't been that great. Foster's got it. He's going to goal kick. So everyone's jogging downfield, filling a little clock here. Yeah, I've been begging for them to take Palmer off. They finally did. He had a good game, but he was definitely exhausted. He was just going to get himself into trouble. Yeah, John, the fact that I think Andrew and a couple others were saying that they believe that it Mullen may be back sooner than we had hoped, right? We were thinking it could be as much as 8 weeks or more, and it's at 4 now, so maybe he's going to be back in 5 or 6. So because whatever offers they've had in, no one wants to give us a reasonable price. They want to add on the Wrexham tax, and we've been smart enough to not pay it, because once you do, once you negotiate with terrorists, then everyone will know they can take a chunk out of you. So we didn't, and we don't have a striker, but I think it's going to pay off, right? Sorry, I haven't been keeping this up to date. Walsall's got the ball right around midfield. Ball's gone back and forth a couple times. They tried to pass it in, and Wrexham's knocked it back. Bruce kind of hitting it back and forth. Walsall has possession, which they've almost had about 80% of this second half. They're trying deep down the right side. Boyle manages it no problem. Tries to drill it off the offensive player and knock it out. Not sure what they called it. I think they called it Wrexham ball. Well, you're thinking a month, Andrew? That would be 8 weeks. So I think he's already been out 4. I was hoping it would be sooner. Okay, Wrexham throw in is challenged. Now Walsall gets the ball back. They're working around all the way to the left side, just outside the box. They try to cross. Good defense by O'Connell there. Oh, nice play. Ford.
Ford just putting pressure on him there, and
that's what they need.
He didn't know how to deal with it, and it ended up going out.
Yeah.
So throw into us. It's been that theme all game that's been enjoyable to watch whenever I've logged in and had the opportunity to take it in, is the pressure has worked and worked and worked and worked, and we've just been able to collect the ball. So
throwing still on our side. Ball's going back and forth. No one's getting control over it. Okay, we finally get it. Got it at midfield. A little bit of a breakout. We get some numbers going. Mendy's going to go down the left.
give it to Mendy.
Out to Mendy. Going to the box. Nice cross.
Oh, ball back in. Oh, Waters.
Oh, that couldn't have been set up any better.
It was a beautiful build-up. Lee gets it over to Mendy on the left, who puts it into the middle. It goes through like 4 defenders on its way over, and Waters is right there. And I actually don't know what he mishit or didn't expect it to get through.
It was a little bit behind him. It wasn't out in front of him, so he had to open his body up, turn sideways. I thought it was a better setup than it was. So to be fair to Waters,
I was just surprised it got through.
Yeah, he did. He put a strong boot on it. It just was a little wide. Nice pressure here by Mendy. Great job. Nice steal, breakaway down the left-hand side. Got two people in the box. Straight
The
pass.
Gambian International having himself another game.
Here we go. Here's a pass the middle. Oh my God, is he onside? Oh, how do you miss that? I think he was offside anyway, Waters. Wow, some dynamic plays here. Great passing. Waters cannot finish at all, though. He tried to finish with his left short on the left side. Was Stonewall. Stockport leveled it. I didn't. Oh yeah, 1-1. You're right. John, the bearer of bad news. Dalby, nice turn on this guy. Oh, my feed's reloading. Sorry for the delay there. I lost my feed for a moment. Back, Wrexham has the ball on our side, midfield, working it around. At the 81st minute here. Bringing it all the way back around. It's back with Tozer. Over to Boyle. Yeah, really taking our time. Not a great pass to the middle there. Wrexham gets it back.
Is that Tozer on the ground? No. I missed that out of the run of play. I saw the header come down, and then he played it, so it's forward.
Oh, he got cleaned
Oh, it looks
out.
like he got his.
Yeah,
he got cleaned out, left leg.
Yeah, hit him fairly high.
So just a yellow.
Could have got more. That was all body. He ran right into him. Very dangerous. There's no need.
Well, it almost looked like a sweep too with the leg, right? Like that was Karate Kid worthy sweep the leg type stuff as the right leg forward was going up.
Yeah.
82nd minute for those following along with the time. We're just waiting. We've got a free kick here, and it looks like Ford's okay.
Injury call.
And a Walsall sub. Throw that in. Well, you will have some injury time for sure after this one. Won't just be a 2-minute injury time run.
Andrew likes it. Andrew's favorite player is Wendy. Apparently.
I want to be able to use the chat and bring it up, but what I'm finding is every time I do, I lose the score.
Oh, for you?
Yeah, like if I... Wendy, did I make a mispronunciation because I got so excited? We can just call Mendy Wendy. Taking dubs.
I don't know. I saw the collision. The Walsall defender just didn't get to the ball in time. The ball was gone, and it was a bouncing ball. So Ford was kind of vulnerable there, standing there, facing the defender and trying to kick one leg out to the side, and he got ran into. Pretty hard, I thought. I don't know if he faked it, just flopped, but it was unnecessary late challenge. Wrexham with the ball, working it down the right-hand side. Good cross, no one at home.
Oh, turnover right to Lee. Brutal turnover right on the Lee's boot, right in the middle, right-footed strike, and it ended up, I believe, in the left side of the net there. Oh, well, you'll take that. That was a gift. You might as well put a bow on it and hand it over.
Good work by Ford there, and then a good cross to Lee. A bad defense. Walsall just dropped back, and he cleared the ball right to Lee, and Lee buried it. Real striker's shot there, right on the far left corner.
It was a great ball in and off the deflection for Lee to be able to knock that down too.
Yeah. Bad clear by the defender. Soft clear right into Lee. And he
whiffed on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought it was a turnover and he had more time, but it looked like it was just he didn't even really get a chance to knock it down.
The placement.
And the Griffiths reacting.
Yeah. The placement on that was incredible. The goalie was out and still almost got to it. And he got it just inside the post, right on the ground. Like, that just made it in. And that was a hell of a shot by Lee. Kevin, it's 4-1. Ford, I don't know if he assisted with anyone else, and then across to Lee and then off of the defender. Wrexham with the ball, clearing it out, midfield. Ball's going back and forth, bunch of headers. Also is flagged for a foul. Tom O'Connor coming on as a sub.
86th minute, and in a 4-1 game, there's a lot of slow-moving bodies as Lee goes out in the sub.
Yeah.
Nobody's got really any interest in rushing this one around, playing her safe.
Yeah, Parkinson's trying to talk to him now to slow it up even more. Yeah, it looks like they're moving.
TOC getting around?
Keep it going to the bathroom. Yeah, I agree. I like the.
If that's the case, we need Kevin to drink like 3 beers before every game, and then make himself available to go to the loo after and frequently. That's going to be a requirement.
Yeah, I don't mind padding a goal differential, right? Like we need to make up stuff from the MK Dons.
The 5-3 loss.
Yeah, so this will help.
It's always nice. It's a weird filling the net like that. It's always nice when you look at the scoreboard at the table and you're nervous near the end of the year, right? Early on, though, you never think about it.
Right.
Right. It's always 3/4 of the way through the season where you go, where do we sit on goal differential? Oh, crud. I will say, and I said this on a video that I was on, my biggest pet peeve is I hate the goal score differential first. If there's a tie between two teams, it should be matches between the two.
Yeah, heads up. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever the goal difference is in the 2 games they played each other, right? Ball's at midfield. Walsall with the ball. Kicking it around. Only a couple minutes left before they announce stops time, extra time. Yeah, I hope you're not ahead of us here, Master.
I'm at 88 minutes and 33 seconds, but Master must be ahead. No good. Is that a goddamn or a no good?
I hope not. I don't know. Ball's in.
Clicked in.
No.
As long as it's not an injury, I'll take a. Whenever I see that, I just don't want anybody to get hurt.
Yeah.
TOC falls down. It gets over on the right-hand side.
The ball.
Walsall still looking.
Yeah. You got to put some.
89th minute now. Just worry about our shape here, guys. Over to the left side. Walsall still in control. Into the box. Ozzy's got it.
Yeah. 30 seconds or so, 40 seconds left. before extra time to
Look at the numbers that Caesar's showing about Elliott. I guess that does that answer the question? Is there anybody else for man of the match? Mendy's looked good, but he also just took
Mendy's
it.
been really good. Yeah, Boyle's been solid.
Walsall in, TOC kicks it back to Fozzie. Booted deep downfield. Oh, no, goal differential. Okay, we'll take that. Oh, Master, Jed, we're going to have a chat. I just don't want it to be anything other than head-to-head instead of, like, why goal differential? 6 added minutes. You've got to have that, I guess, when you end up as many goals as we've had.
Yeah, did they say that they're going to do this year where they're going to, like, every goal is an automatic 30 seconds? And they probably do something similar when it comes to subs, right? That's why we probably totaled it out. There wasn't a lot of delaying, and sometimes Tozer takes a long time for the throw-ins, but he was down there fairly quickly, not wasting any time. Cross here by, goal.
I don't even know what happened in the corner there defensively because it looked like we had position.
Ran into each other. Let's look at it on the cross here.
Oh, that's an own goal.
But
that came off of his right foot. Watch the cross. I think it hits.
He gets pushed.
We had position. Everything seemed fine.
Yeah.
Is that Ford there who swept that in? Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like an own goal. He's
or was it
to the back.
Oh, I thought I didn't see Ford.
Caesar said it too. Own goal. There's a little push in the
Ford
back. He couldn't get his foot out of the way. Here we go. On the left wing. Oh my! How did we miss that?
Whoa!
Oh Jesus! Someone just.
Well, we got the extra point.
Someone just tried to put it
That's
out
what
of
that
the
was.
stadium there. What the heck was that?
How long left? We're 2 minutes left we're 2 minutes into injury time, and there's 6 minutes to go. So plus that added goal, so let's call it 6.5 minutes. We probably still have 5 minutes to go.
O'Connor almost had a goal there. Another.
Yeah, Tom almost got it and came out and went up for a conversion. Deflection.
Yeah, that
miss,
defender was
deflection.
trying to play the other side like a goalie, and he got his foot on it somehow.
Yeah.
And then someone skied the ball, the highest I've ever seen it hit over a goal.
That's our throw.
If there was a goal on top of the goal, we still would have hit it over that.
Well, that's what I was saying. It was an extra point. That's the in gridiron. That's somebody just scored a touchdown. Not the extra point. Count the deflections. Deflection there. Kicked out. Deflection there. And then the conversion.
Was that Waters again? Jesus.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it was. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I haven't really been sold on him so far, and that was something you kind of. I don't think you can blame anybody.
Maybe some glasses for him. Ninth on the table. That's
3 minutes through injury time.
MK Dons is down 2-1 going into extra time. Gillingham's still up 1-0. They're in extra time with Sutton. Barrow has tied it with Accrington Stanley, unfortunately. 1-1. Doncaster and Mansfield tied.
It's interesting you said unfortunately. I take draws in every other competition because I just don't like the extra point, right?
Barrow was behind.
Yeah, but I guess unfortunately I get it. But I would love every other game that we play in, other than the one we're in, to end in a draw. Just because it's one left.
For us. I was just looking for Barrow has 2 wins. I didn't want them to get any more points. And
point. So 4th minute in, Walsham's got it. They're collecting in the back. Mendy's up there with pressure. Waters is up there with pressure, and they've had to go back to the goalkeeper. That's the type of stuff. Little things, right? 10 seconds ticks off the clock.
Yeah. So PK, you're all for goal difference. Are you good with I think say if we tied with Stockport, I'd want to know what the goal difference is between us and Stockport in the games that we played each other, not in the games that we played everybody else. That I think that head-to-head matchup in some way should be the deciding factor between two teams.
Yeah, it appears to be the football way. They don't do the head-to-head competition thing. They say over the length of an entire season is the general debate.
Yeah.
Over the length of the entire season, it makes sense to have that competition and all of those games and how you played over 46. Whoa!
Great save.
Big save by Fozzie with the right boot on that one. So we'll worry about that later. But, man, that was an impressive save by Fozzie because he was falling awkwardly there.
Yeah, the whole right side was open, and the Walsall player decided to go behind him while Fozzie was trying to recover back to the right, and it was difficult for him to throw his leg back out and block that. Guy was way too wide open, though. Defense is not communicating. You're at 5:30 here, right? So it's only about less than 30 seconds left.
Yeah, well, and the one goal, so I think they'll make it another 6 minutes, 30 seconds. I want to know what happened is with McEntee there, and the grass looked exceptionally long, didn't it? Did we water it down for tonight's game? Does Parky decide he had a complaint? So I'm just at the 6 minute mark here. Long throw to midfield. Walsall's got it, headed out, and we'll get another throw in. Yeah, and Andrew said the same thing. That's North American culture, whereas with us, it's our culture to count all games. I mean, I've heard the message. It doesn't make any sense to me because it'd just be so difficult to not qualify knowing that you beat a team twice, right? On the day you proved you were better than they are.
Yeah.
But, hey, that's the argument. Full-time whistle 4-2. I'll just give my little speech at the end of the game. Brendan, I owe you. Send me a PayPal or a Venmo or a WhatsApp because it's been mass chaos, and I'll see what happens with the events of today. But it's exciting news on our end, just unanticipated. If you haven't had a chance, subscribe to the videos. I'm loving the fact that we had how many people? 59 here all the way through on a Tuesday. That's way better than I expected. And I saw the analytics; things are up. So new countries represented, new states, new provinces. Subscribe. I'm going to try and figure out and take in some of the advice about having a clock that shows up on here and maybe be able to improve on the scoreboard. So I'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. You're welcome for the stream. I'm seeing the comments roll in. We're currently all the way up in 10th place as the tables sit right now. So let's take the win. That was impressive. 4-2 is amazing. And we're back on Swindon Town, and I guess I got to find a way to get a video out, and I'll worry about that tomorrow. So thanks everybody. Where's the original stream? If you're looking, PK Indorf, iFollow, we got to pay for the stream, is the only one that we're available that we rely on. If there are other streams out there, you're going to have to get them. Look for a way to get super chat. I'm getting close. That's why you have to subscribe. If you subscribe, I'm now 240 subscribers away from being able to hit super chat. PK Indorf, you're on Twitch. Yeah. I don't have anything set up on Twitch. It's just to be able to promote the site. Most of the viewers are on YouTube. There's a couple that are on Facebook, but I do see that you're on Twitch. So welcome. You're one of a handful there. Caesar, thanks. Kevin, yeah, feel free to join from the bathroom. Thanks, we're just going to permanent installation for you there. It didn't happen last weekend, but it may happen today. If Rob and Ryan check Twitter, they often run an after the show broadcast where they talk about the game, and everybody that's there has their 2 cents. You can be a speaker and click on if you have something that you want to chip in. But yeah, join us, Dorf, on YouTube. I'm going to have to review the chat to find out where everybody's from, or Brendan, if you can recall, maybe send me a message, and we'll add that to the collection. I'm very appreciative of the building community we've got as we keep going, and upwards and onwards. Thanks, guys.